2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Thank you, Luke. What a lovely introduction and what a lovely day. I'm very much looking forward to strolling the fairways alongside these two players. They have been at each other, let me tell you. There's been a little bit of banter on social media back and forth in the lead up to this match. They have a bone to pick. They have a bee in their bonnet, and it's all going to be settled out on this golf course today.
Well, it will be interesting to keep an eye on this one right throughout this event. Not a bad line, this one. TPC Louisiana is a very interesting golf course made on some pretty flat land, Rich.
Absolutely, and this hole shows you exactly what to expect. Second shot to a very tiny green. Tiny greens dotting this entire layout. Hit one close here, and you can expect to make a birdie.
Okay, that'll work. This putt is about 17 feet long.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
So it'll be a par to start their round.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
He's currently tied for 7th. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
Rich, New Orleans, or should I say Nolans. How good is it here to be on the bayou? This is a special week. It's a great eating week and a real festival atmosphere.
It is, and it's hosted on a golf course that provides plenty of fireworks as well. What a cool design this is. It's wide open off the tee, but then the greens are minuscule in size, and they have these little runoff areas where it doesn't look like you're going to be in much trouble, but you start missing a couple of greens in a row, and you start getting these head scratching. Well, do I bump it in there? Do I flop it on the green? Do I take it low, high, medium, bump it into the... I mean, you have so many different ways of playing shots around these greens that you can outthink yourself. And I think that's what happens with a lot of these players, is that usually you have one option when you miss a green. Here, you got a whole lot of them. So this golf course grabs your attention, especially around the greens, which makes it quite difficult for a lot of these players.
Wow, was that a rush of blood or something?
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
How close was that to going down? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
And this one is for bogey. That's well holed. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently one stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
Why don't we catch up with Rickie Fowler? Oh, well played.
Needed it. Needed that in a big way, chipping in for the par.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it, as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
Oh, that was so close to going in. Putting for birdie here. Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the fourth hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
From around 180 yards out. 2 strokes off the lead. Opting for the 6-iron. Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. Oh, good shot that. Right inside the range. A chance to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. A good putt to make. An opportunity to make their par. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. Now over to Rickie Fowler.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Oh my. Nice little sand shot there. Came real close. So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Rich, the 5th is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction, so driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
From about 130 yards here, just 3 strokes back. This is one of those great ball striking displays, fairways and greens. A pleasure to watch.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
And this putt to move into the top 10. Was on a good line. Putting for a par now. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? Even for the day? In a good position here, just outside the top 10. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Oh, great shot. Holes out for a birdie. And with it, he moves to 1 under par. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which make that second shot so much longer. Not much to this green. It's fairly flat, but finding it a 2, well, that's a tall order.
That's tidy. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Well, they've got their eye locked in. Look at that approach shot against Ricky Fowler as well.
4 feet to the cup.
Needs this putt to tie Ricky Fowler.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie. And he'll move into the top 10. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. The 7th provides a great opportunity if you can get a good driveway. This par 5's a lovely hole.
There are 2 menacing bunkers on this hole. The far one, the one right in the middle of the fairway, it looks like a zit from the back tee box. That is not the place to be.
Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
An opportunity here to move into a tie for first. It's on a good line. And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot if you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side. You're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him in the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Well, this one's right at the pin. Oh, yeah. What a shot that was.
And look out, guys. This rivalry looks like it's going to get pretty interesting today as he's making up some ground on his playing partner.
The front nine finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
Wow, what a shot.
Already had a few birdies today. This for another.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
Wonderful shot. And that will take him to 4 under. Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Yeah, no time to start thinking about that lead, Luke. They got to keep their head down and keep going forward. Cannot think about that lead or people will pass them.
The back nine begins with a shortish par 4, Rich. A chance to make a birdie out of the gate.
Yes, it is. Drives want to be favored down the left-hand side as there's some nasty bunkers over there on the right. This green is a dippity-do, I would say. It starts off high, low in the middle, and comes up high in the end.
Well, Rich, this is exciting. This player wasn't even on anyone's lips coming into the week, and now they're right in contention to win.
Love stories like this. Let's hope they can handle the pressure and carry this home to victory by week's end.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Lining up the birdie putt here. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
It's Ricky Fowler's turn now. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The par 5 are very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're threading it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
Well, that's a handy shot. Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt.
Fantastic play so far, setting this up for the eagle.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Oh, a 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And that will take him to 6 under. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, what a big putt to make that one.
Before this putt was hit, they looked their playing partner in the eye and gave a signal. That was mean, but fair.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back nine. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy cornered to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
Oh, absolutely flushed. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out. Had a fantastic drive.
Opting for the 5-iron. That was wonderfully done. This putt to get to 7 under the card. Go to your home ball. Go to your home. Ouch, that hurts. This is a par putt. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently in 4th place.
Let's catch up with Ricky Fowler. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. Oh, right by the hole. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. That was a beauty.
You know what? That deserves a golf clap.
Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt. Just didn't drop. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Don't mind the look of this. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Leading by a shot after that hole. Well, for all the opportunities 13 provides you, you don't get too many here at the par 3 14th. It's a beast.
As easy of a birdie opportunity as the 13th was, 14, yeah, not so much here. Even though the green is